war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Tuesday, November 4th. We've got a great day of action, night of action actually planned here in our sports betting calendar with NBA. It's time for the return of Maction. We've had some Tuesday night baseball, but it hasn't been Maction officially. It is tonight, 2 games in the MAC, and plenty of college basketball, not like yesterday. Take a deep breath from yesterday's card. Pretty exciting, though, yesterday. Man, I hope you guys are on some of that steam. Boy, that steam absolutely crushed. I don't know what your records say if you were if you were tracking that steam here yesterday. My records show that the steam, not all this steam made the air. So 73 and 43 yesterday. Your mileage may vary, I guess. I know we didn't put that many plays on the show. We put a lot of those on there. And, man, the steam came through. So let's keep our ears peeled to hear that steam coming in. And you know what? Some of it was worth chasing for sure. We say you don't always chase it. But early season, the numbers are a little softer with these books. And the wise guys are going to be a little sharper. And I think they got the best of it there. The players there, the gamblers, the high rollers there yesterday, I think got the money there yesterday. And we'll cover some more action here today on the Morning Steam. Preview a few games, maybe just make some picks here. We got kind of a busy card as well. Got some action on the ice. We got a 10-game card in the NHL here as well. So, hey, it was a great night last night with the gang, with Mike, with Razor, and hey, Smoke was there too, and we had a great time with Monday Night Football with the Cardinals. Man, they just rocked the Cowboys. Who are the Cowboys going to get today? Is Bradley Chubb headed for Dallas? Is that who Jerry Jones was talking about last night as far as going to be taking down a trade here? Said Juror last night after the game. So what is he talking about? What can we do to see what Dallas can do to try to improve this team? Because it feels like they're toast after the loss last night to the Arizona Cardinals, 27-17. The Cardinals ended a 5-game losing streak with 5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, an interception. Jacoby Brissett, 261 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dak Prescott did pass for 250 yards with a touchdown and an interception, but it was in the end Arizona getting the win over Dallas 27-17. So hopefully we score. Hopefully you scored that one. I know I was on Dallas there. You guys, again, another primetime loser for me there as far as the side and total. Good thing got these other sports and feel bad letting down on these primetime broadcasts with the guys here. And all right, but ready to go here and have a great day of action on Tuesday. I'm definitely on a bit of a roll there with the college basketball. We came home with some winners there in the premium pack, 3-2 yesterday with my premium pick plays here. Felt good. There were 3 wins to start it off. But, dude, going to have some more plays here. So please join me over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get more plays from me here today, and join me at winnable.com/Ramon for more selections. This is how you support me here on the channel. Keep on coming back every day to do this show. I love having folks here watching, talking sports and sports betting every day. We'll let some more people file in here before we get started on the previews. Only got a couple of dozen of you here. So I'm getting used to the new start time, obviously, here at 9:15 Eastern, 6:15. Have trouble getting even on the air here with you guys. So appreciate your patience and love having you along for the ride here on Tuesday. We're going to get down tonight here with a show on Tuesday nights. We'll do some college basketball action every Tuesday night here with some previews. That should be pretty awesome. Get all the full effects of college basketball. Hey, it'll be a busier card on some Tuesday nights tonight. Just an okay card here. Got feels like about 24 games here tonight, so I hope to see you then. All right, talk about some action in the NBA last night as well. We did pull through with some winners here on the morning steam yesterday. We did have, for example, the Indiana Pacers yesterday in that game against Milwaukee. Came through there with the win on the morning steam. Also, we had the New York Knicks to roll there last night over the Wizards. Yeah, we had the Knicks. They won it by 17 there yesterday as a winner here on the morning steam. We also had the Utah Jazz over Boston plus 10 points, but they didn't need it. They won outright there over Boston on the road, 105-103 there yesterday. And also brought home a winner with the Lakers here on the show over Portland, 123-115, and we had Miami as well. The Heat plus the points, they won outright, 120-119. So that's some pretty good winners there as well. Also, interesting night in the NHL last night. Every game, the first 3 games were all 1-goal games. Had Toronto come back to beat Pittsburgh there yesterday, 4-3 after Pittsburgh led 3-0. Toronto came all the way back in that one. We still got the win with Pittsburgh on the puck line, but man, it was a little bit sticky there for sure. Vancouver beat Nashville 5-4. It was the Blues beating Edmonton 3-2. And then late night, we did have the Kraken there on the show. Yeah, it was minus $1.55. I guess we needed the wins there. When it was all said and done, they beat Chicago. Kind of cooled the Blackhawks down there 3-1. All right, I've got to take a little bit of a look here at college basketball yesterday for sure, because it was a wild day on opening night. And how about the freshman for Arizona, Pete? His brother's an NFL offensive lineman. His dad was a NFL offensive lineman. He's probably the best freshman in the nation with 30 points. There's some other freshmen out there. We're going to see some of them tonight. But Arizona over Florida, 93-87 behind Pete. 30 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists right now. I don't know. I didn't even look at the Ken Palm rating. He might be the top guy in the nation right now to start the season. He might be the highest rated player. I kind of want to look at that all of a sudden to see the player of the year standings doesn't really count yet. But man, it felt like last night with Mr. Pete. Their huge performance from him, and he's going to be a good one here this season. All right, BYU did beat Villanova in the second game here in Vegas as BYU star freshman A.J. DeBonta. Don't worry about me. I make $7 million a year, says A.J. DeBonta. And BYU had only 4 turnovers. They beat Villanova just 71-66. So Villanova kind of hang in there. BYU did get the win there yesterday, but DeBonta, the $7 million man at BYU, had a pretty good game there, but he had a hard time carrying his money around, I think is what went down in that one. So also, man, so many games there yesterday. I'm trying to find the best ones here to cover. Boise State, I will say this, one didn't cover, one wasn't even on the board. Hawaii Pacific beat Boise State 79-78. D2 Hawaii Pacific beats a Boise State team that was, basically won 100 games over the last 4 years as the Sharks. Shot 60% from inside the arc there for the upset. Also, New Orleans upset TCU. 21-point underdogs won it, 78-74 for the Privateers, as TCU were just 3 for 27 on three-pointers and were out-rebounded by New Orleans 38-28. Privateers have been bad over the last few years. Auburn edged Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman has Reggie Theus, his latest stop in his coaching career, but Auburn did win. Still, it wasn't easy, 95-90. Our Auburn had a pretty young lineup in there. Georgia Tech barely beat Maryland Eastern Shore, 56-52. Georgia Tech was a big favorite over Maryland Eastern Shore, but could barely find the win in overtime there yesterday. Xavier beat Marist 66-62. Marist led by a point with 2 minutes and change left, but Xavier got the win. Baylor beat Texas Rio Grande 96-81, overcoming a 26-12 early deficit in the first half. Ohio State scored 118 points yesterday. Pretty impressive. They gave up 102 to IU Indianapolis, which has just 100 losses over the last 4 years. They brought in a D2 coach, and he loves to play fast. And watch out, IU Indianapolis. This team is going over. This is one of those guys that say, hey, if we're not going to win, we're going to be entertaining, and they're going to be a team that is going to be that team. If anybody remembers USIU back in the 80s, when they used to play teams like Loyola Marymount, and you'd have the final score 160-140 or something. They might be like that. This West Liberty College coach really line it up. So how will the Jaguars fare in the Horizon League playing this style? Scoring 102 points against Ohio State has to be impressive. The game had to accentuate my point. The game had 86 possessions. That's about 15 more than the average game. So the problem is they ended up putting Ohio State on the foul line 50 times in the game, but they're fun. They're going to be a team to look at for sure. The MAC Sun Belt Challenge played each other on Monday. They played 13 games. The home teams went 9-4 straight up. That means the MAC won because the MAC were at home on all those games. So they also all covered the spread, interestingly enough. Buffalo beat Southern Miss for a winner with a high roller pick for me yesterday, one of my two high roller picks here. And also Florida Atlantic beat Boston College 83-78 for a winner for me here with the Win Club. So you got another team there, Boston College, losing to Florida Atlantic. And look, Florida Atlantic's had some great seasons, but Dusty May has left the program. It's not the same FAU, but can't lose that game, I think, if you're Boston College. Drake beat NAU 77-71. NAU led that game by 9 with 9 minutes left. So we'll talk college basketball. I've got some great picks here today. I had a good day yesterday, and we're going to bring it home here with more picks in just a moment. Let me say hello to the chat and get things rolling with the show. And we'll preview the games here with you guys. The chat all-stars, including Cash Kane, is here. He told you, take the Heat on the money line. Whoops, what did he say? Oh, I mean, Heat and Jazz on the money line. Ziggy's here ready to roll today. I'm trying to not lose a ton of money here on the market. Crashing again. Having a slow start. I'm not complaining that much. Dallas is trash and overrated. He says Utah plays Boston tough. Hey, we've got our first steam. Who's ready after yesterday? Who wouldn't want to see some steam come in here after that 73-43 record for the steam yesterday? The Don Best steam. It's official. It's not just something I make up here. If you have heard about it, it just tells you the line's moving. Lindenwood and Texas Tech. This one's getting steamed to the over right now at 146. It's heading up to 147.5. Steam to the over here with Lindenwood and Texas Tech. I will say the Steam did have that great record. A couple of them, it did go a little too far, and it wasn't 30 games over 500 if you were late to the party there a little bit. Like we kind of are. We're chasing it maybe, but those moves were clicking. Those moves were winning, and still well over 25 games, over 500 on the opening night of the season, over 100 plays that came in with the Steam. So stay tuned. Keep your ears peeled. If I miss it, yell at me. But sometimes it's some goofy sport you guys wouldn't even be interested in. Well, you might. So I know our audience would be. Hey, here's another one. Let's pile it in right now. The early start. Evansville and Purdue. We're seeing some steam here to the over this morning in this one with Evansville and Purdue. It was 147. It's up to 148.5 here, it looks like, with Evansville and Purdue taking that steam here right now on the morning steam show. And but 150, you guys, pardon me, 150 here at some books already right now. Evansville and Purdue, mark it down. Was 147 up to 150. Like I said, I'm not making this stuff up. These lines take off sometimes and go through the roof. All right, Walt Weiss is the new manager of the Atlanta Braves, and also a few hours ago, news came out. Former United States Vice President Dick Cheney passed away. Man, if Dick Cheney can live to 84 years old, I gotta like my chances to make it to at least that. I mean, the guy had a lot of heart problems, heart transplant when he was in the 70s, and rest in peace, Vice President Cheney. Let's see here. Detroit covered, says Greg. BYU didn't cover. Got Michigan out to the woodshed. The Michigan had 100 points. There were still 9.5 minutes left in the game last night. And Blake, good morning there. Cowboys defense. Oh, man, this was bad, right? And let's see here. Terrell said he had his parlay there with Harrison, CD, Wilson, Pickett, and Williams. That's 5 guys, Terrell. That's 5. Unless he's Wilson Pickett. Wasn't that a name of a country group? All right. And let's see. They tricked people with the Lakers injuries. Lakers had a bunch of players injured, right? Lakers had a bunch of players injured. Was there a trick on it? KG's here drinking some coffee. Terrell's ready for the Mac. You know what? I'm the Mac's last, Terrell. Hope you're not disappointed. I know you love all the games, so I kind of moved the action to the end. I mean, is it really bigger than college basketball slate like today, the NBA, the NHL, and rest in peace, Dick. Yep, sounds like my social life there. Okay, let's let everyone know that you can win free picks from me today over at winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. That's how you get more plays from me. Sent out a package yesterday of 5 college basketball plays. Probably should have did more, but we were going on the air, and well, I did give out 2 winners there on the show there last night. They were pretty easy winners, actually, so hopefully you join me tonight. I think I've got a show. I think they're making me do a show. I think that's it, yeah. Tonight, we don't have any more contender series. We got to have some Tuesday night programming, so I think this show will probably start a little bit later, more towards the end of the first games. It'll be kind of a scoreboard show, really, where I talk about how I just won every game, and then maybe we'll give out some picks. But maybe that one comes in at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We'll see if I can round up some guests there and go at it here, and I'll be also spilling over to Wednesday night here in a couple weeks as my high school coverage winds down in my community. Got the pairings there yesterday. I'm ready to go for the first weekend of high school football playoffs where I'm from. Okay, thanks a lot for listening to that. But anyways, you guys are eligible just by commenting in the chat. With all these with college basketball, just all I've got are papers everywhere. But hey, that's how I've got to approach it early on in the season, because the numbers, you got to roll with them a little bit. All right, a few more comments in the chat. How about Thompson? How about Keontae George there? And how about Duke and North Carolina? What do you think? I think that's always a great game. You know what? You got two shades of blue separated by 8 miles. I love me some Duke and North Carolina. All right. Trying to make sure I got the chat here lined up. We've got Steam, and we got to get it to you here with Louisiana Tech and Nevada. We got Steam here in this one to the over in this one with Louisiana Tech and Nevada tonight. All right, that catches me by surprise a little bit. Was 136. It's up to 138 here with Louisiana Tech and Nevada. That one got me by surprise there a little bit. All right. And Duke playing Texas tonight. That's going to be a great one. They're playing that one in Charlotte. We'll have it previewed here for you in just a few moments. Well, in a little bit. So we're going to get to our other games here today. We're going to start in the NBA. So let's get going here right now. I'm watching Coco Gauff against Jasmine Paolini. I'll say Jasmine Paolini doesn't know about it, but I'm here. I like to use a program called the Juice Reel or an app called the Juice Reel, and I like to look up the matches on it and look at some stats and everything and what I want to see. And they've got a picture here of the match between Coco Gauff and Jasmine Paolini. Now they got Coco Gauff here, right? Okay, yeah, there's Coco. It's looking, like Coco, and then you got Jasmine Paolini over here. What? Hold everything. What's going on? Oh, man, that's not Jasmine. What's going on with that? It's not Jasmine. Okay, I know she's a little firecracker, but I don't think that's her. Hey, Altmaier just beat Rinderneck. I'm in a match here with I'm in a real battle here in my one of my plays here, man. I had McDonald over Echeverry, but Echeverry's come all the way back and is passing him up. Oh, man. You're going to start the day like that for me? All right. Hey, I'm on some of those ladies' matches, though, here this morning. They're about to get underway right now. Gauff leading 4-1 over Paolini here. I thought Paolini was going to be able to give Coco a match, but so far it's Coco. Oh, man. And also coming up, Sabalenka and Pegula, the Jeff M. Match of the Year coming up. Good morning to Bar in the chat. Greg says North Carolina plays Kansas. When's that game? Is that tomorrow? All right, let's get going with the NBA here, and I got some games for you to look at. And let's start it off with Milwaukee taking on Toronto. Here in this one, you got Toronto here favored by 4.5, and the total is 236.5. Feels like this one's been going higher here a little bit so far with the Bucks and the Raptors today in Toronto. Let's peel the numbers here with these clubs and get started with our NBA previews here. All right. For the Bucks here, Bucks come in here 5-2. They're 5-2 against the spread. Also, so far, you got Toronto coming in on a 2-game winning streak right now. They're 3-4, and they're 3-4 against the spread. These two teams are a combined 9-5 to the over so far this season. Milwaukee 4-0 against the spread as an underdog so far this season. Meanwhile, Toronto just 1-2 against the spread as a home favorite. So maybe this is a spot where Milwaukee can kind of keep it going here right now with this great start to the season at 5-2. They're off of a win over Indiana. They've actually failed to cover 2 straight. They were 5-0 against the spread, but they didn't cover against the Pacers, and then they had lost to the Kings before that. Meanwhile, for Toronto, a couple of wins and covers back-to-back here against Cleveland and Memphis to kind of get going. Toronto had been off to a 1-4 start, so they were able to close it up here a little bit coming in. Now these two teams so far have shown kind of a tendency for the over for sure. You have Milwaukee; they are 3-1 to the over as a dog, but they are 1-2 to the under on the road. I think the series between these two have mostly been overs. 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have been over. Like I said, Milwaukee's been an over so far. Toronto, they're trending over here a little bit for sure, but I'm actually going under here in this one at 235.5. I said 236 is out there right now, but I'm going to go under here in this one between Milwaukee and Toronto. I'm going to start to dial it back a little bit. I know these totals are high, and this one you can't really argue. There's definitely some momentum here a little bit to that total, but I'm going to go under. I'll leave it at 235.5, even though you get 236.5 out there. There is some college basketball steam coming out right now with East Carolina in their matchup against Georgia Southern. East Carolina was a 6-point favorite. They're up to 7.5 here. It looks like right now. Georgia Southern and East Carolina. See some 7.5s here at Circa and at DraftKings. Steam coming in on East Carolina. Your comments now in the Bucks Raptors game, I think here. Here's 9 Legacy is on the Raptors. And Bucks tired. Pacers yesterday, says Greg Gibson there on that matchup there yesterday for Milwaukee. It was Indiana that got the money there. As we mentioned, I had Indiana there yesterday in that game against Milwaukee. It was 117-115. Milwaukee did get the win. Pacers got the money, and bars on the Bucks. And I think Greg likes the over here in this one. I think he's just going to take the Raptors on the money line. Terrell says take the Bucks. They've got that backcourt looking pretty good here so far, and that's been key to their success here so far for Milwaukee. Been pretty good. Got Ryan Rollins. He really stood out in that game yesterday. Probably buried the lead a little bit with a great game-winning shot there by Giannis. And also, I guess Gary Trent Jr. as well. And let's see here. Bucks first half, they'll run out of gas. So they'll start strong and wear down. I'm going to take the under in this one with Milwaukee and Toronto today. All right. Thanks for joining me here on the show. Next up, the Magic are taking on the Hawks here. Magic on the road. They are a 3.5-point favorite, total 227.5. Both teams coming in here, 3-4 right now. Orlando's won 2 straight. Atlanta's won 2 of their last 3. Orlando comes in with winning covers over Charlotte and Washington on the road. This is their 5th straight road game here, but they didn't look too good against Philadelphia and Detroit. Maybe those teams were a little better, and now they beat up on Charlotte and Washington. Now, where do you put Atlanta? Probably right in the middle of those 5 teams. What will happen today when they have to lay a little bit of points here, it feels like, on the road? Atlanta's 0-2 against the spread at home so far, 2-5 against the spread overall. But Orlando's also 2-5 against the spread, although they are 2-2 against the spread on the road. I guess there's something, a little something in that. These two teams met earlier already this season, I do believe, back on the first week, and it was 111-107 with Atlanta getting the win there. Is that right? Oh, that was was that a preseason game? Let me see here. Make sure we got it right. Here overall. Check out some of the trends anyway between these two if I can. Here we go. For Orlando here, they've 8-4 last 12 meetings against Atlanta overall. 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Orlando opened about a 4.5-point favorite. They're down to 3.5 here. The move has been on the Hawks. The steam has been on the Hawks. I'm going to be on the Hawks actually here in this one. Give me Atlanta tonight plus the points at home against Orlando. Plays from you in the chat. Atlanta's not covering very well, but neither is Orlando here right now. They do have the series history on their side talking about the Orlando Magic. And you can sing the song. VAR likes the over here. Magic quit revenge spot. Was it 5 days ago? See that you're right, Greg. You're right. Felt like longer there. I'm showing it like 9 days ago, but maybe that's what I saw your message. Did I get it wrong? Am I looking at the wrong game here? What was the score though, brother? Do you have it? Let me look. I'm gonna look it. I gotta look it up actually. 111 to 107, right? That's what we said. Atlanta was an underdog in that game. Thanks, Greg. Thank you very much, Greg. You do a great job with me here. Really appreciate you joining the chat All-Stars here a few weeks ago, and you've been a great contributor. Thank you. And Ziggy on the under. Good morning to Trevor Davis. He does like Orlando there to lay it. And Greg here says Magic in that revenge spot. He likes him to get it done there on the road. And he's like, I'd say more so. I think Greg likes an over for sure at 239 there. It's 227.5. So that's an over for Greg. I hope I could say him, Greg, like that, putting words in your mouth there a little bit when you pick the score and kind of I just say, hey, he likes this because the score is way off from what he says. Hope that's cool. I'll keep it moving here right now. I'm going to go to the Hornets and the Pelicans. You got the Hornets coming in here with a record of 3-4. The Pelicans, they're 0-6 now. Pelicans struggling here out the gate. Can't even get a win yet so far. So hasn't been good. They are 1-4-1 for the most part against the spread. This is the first time the Pelicans have been favored this season. Hornets come in here 4-3 against the spread, 2-1 against the spread on the road. But hey, you can't lose them all. So maybe this is the spot. LaMelo Ball is questionable. Zion Williamson is questionable as well. I think Zion Williamson's going to be able to make this lineup. I'm not so sure about LaMelo Ball, and I think that's why you might see the spread here kind of hanging on to Pelicans by 3. Yves Missy, he's questionable for Charlotte. Also, Brandon Miller still out for the Hornets here. But let's see how you guys have it. This isn't the best matchup here right now with New Orleans not even winning yet. But they've, in fact, lost 10 games dating back to last year, just 2-8 against the spread. Their last 10 games overall on a basketball court. 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. But I don't know if this thing's going under here so far, especially what you see, New Orleans here, 4-2 to the over, Charlotte 3-0 to the over on the road here so far. So see what you guys have here with the Hornets and the Pels tonight. I think we got through those injuries pretty good as well. Man, that it seems like a high score, and it keeps going up here. I'm showing some 237s out there. Man, it feels like that's going to be the way to go. So I'm actually going to take the Pelicans in this one to get a win here, get their first win over the Hornets here tonight. I'll take the Pelicans. Got to be that little bit of a cynic there. They were 1.5. They're now a 3-point favorite. They haven't won all year. There are people who are smarter than I that must be thinking that the Pelicans are going to do it. I'm not going to buck it with the Hornets, despite that 3-0 spread record or a 2-1 spread record on the road for the Hornets. Like I said, Pelicans 1-4-1 to the number. You may have it a little different. You could have them 1-5, but I give them credit for a push there in that. Remember that? What was it? A 6-point game there? Was that the first game of the season? 6-point game, right? And it landed 6 or so. Some people had it at 6.5, I think is what it was. Okay, a few comments from you guys. The Hornets and the Pelicans. Let's see what we got. And you got Greg here. He thinks that the Pelicans will also win it, but I think that's an over for sure there. Atlanta Hawks on the spread. Chicago Bulls on the spread. Pelicans on the spread for 9 Legacy. Pelicans money line here for Ziggy. Dirty Reg is here today, and he says that's got to be the Hornets with the Pelicans looking so bad here so far. Atlanta and Magic to go overtime. Terrell likes pool here. Here comes Bobby Mack in the chat. He's doing some errands there, it sounds like. And Ziggy says, when you got to win this team favor, that's when your ears got to perk up a little bit. We probably should never look at it that way, right? But uh, the big money, the little money, I don't know, something about the money there. And yeah, the Pelicans might be their night, especially if those injuries do shake down the way I kind of see it. Pelicans will beat Charlotte here. Greg, they got to beat them, he says, and Pelicans to cover. Pelicans to cover for VAR, and Pelicans got to get it going here, right, with this lineup right now. I mean, yeah, Zion, is averaging almost 23 points per game. You got Murphy, 14 and a half, but from there you got Jones, 9 points per game, Messi, 7, and Jeremiah Fears has done a good job there, averaging over 13 and a half points per game, but it hasn't worked out. We'll see. I don't think Melo, we'll see. We got to see. We shall see. Okay. Here we go right now. I'm just checking my tennis match. Oh, man. Boy, tell you what, McDonald. Now I'm going to have to win a bunch. Now I'm going to have to win in college ball. That was my match of the day. Okay, here we go. A few more here with the how about the 76ers taking on the Bulls? Hey, this is sleepy good. This game of the night here, maybe. Both teams coming in here 5-1 right now. You got Philly off of a win. They had their winning streak snapped, and they came back and bounced back. Got a win over Brooklyn. They crushed them, actually. The Bulls, meanwhile, come in pretty hot, but they did lose last time out for their first loss of the season. They lost to the Knicks in that return trip. Back to New York after they beat them at home. So it's still 5-1 ATS and looking pretty good. Both teams 5-1 against the spread so far this season. These two teams are definitely trending to the over so far. You got Philadelphia 5-1 to the over. Chicago's 3-1 to the over at home so far this season. And these two teams have met with Philly and Chicago here of late. It's been a series that has belonged to the Sixers for the most part, 12-6 against the spread in the last 18 meetings. 8 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams have gone under, but man, these two teams are scoring a lot. Will it really calm down and go like under 239, 240 here compared to what we've seen with these teams so far? Combined 9-3 to the over. That's something you have to consider. That head-to-head, semi-frequent opponents in the Philly Sixers, 8 of 9 going under, but Philly's over in 5 of their last 6. Chicago's over in 4 of their last 5 games coming in right now. So it's a matter of preference here, maybe, or what do you think of these? Like I said, these totals have been getting, pretty high as well. We know that. All right. Well, got to make my call here in this one, but let me go to you guys first in the chat, see what you got in Philly and the Bulls. Maybe I'll ask for some help in this one. It's two good teams, and you got the Bulls here, only favored by 1 at home, playing great. I mean, Philadelphia probably a little bit of a better team, if you will, right now. So let me go to the chat, though. I want to hear from you guys in this one. All right. I want to call up the lineups here, too. We want to take a look at the injury report here real quick, and then I'll get your comments here. Embiid is probable. Barlow, he's out. He got a cut. And Paul George is still out as well. Dosunmu, he's questionable here for the Bulls. So I know the jokes are coming here. You put Embiid in, let's take Chicago, I think is what people are going to say. But Greg says Chicago to win this one, but he's got to kind of right on the number. Ziggy likes the over here in this one. And Greg thinks it'll be a buzzer beater. He also says the Sixers are due for a loss. And over here. Oh, Ziggy's over, and I think he's back on the Hawks game there a little bit. All right. And I'm going to make my call here in this one between Philadelphia and Chicago here. Who do you guys have? Man, I'm going to get a little bit stuck on this one. I'm ready. So close here so far this season. All right, I'm on Philly here to win it on the road. Give me the Sixers tonight. That's my least favorite game, I think, of the group here. Good game, no doubt. I'm not so sure, not so positive on that. Make it a pick. Okay. Let me keep it moving here right now. Next up, we've got the Suns taking on the Warriors here. The Warriors are double-digit favorites in this one, minus 10.5. The total here, 233 right now. You got the Warriors coming in 4-3. The Suns are still just 3-4 right now. They've won 2 straight all of a sudden. Golden State has lost 2 straight coming in. But Phoenix is 0-3 against the spread on the road so far this season, while Golden State's 3-0 against the spread at home. Still, it is 10.5, so got to consider that. Both teams are 4-3 against the spread overall, but it's been venue specific for these two teams. Now, Phoenix is 3-0 to the over on the road. Golden State's 5-1 to the over as a favorite. I'm going to go over in this one at 233. This one I feel a little more confident. Give me the over here with Phoenix and Golden State tonight. My play on the Morning Steam show. Take a look at some of the trends with these two. You got Phoenix coming in here 9-3 against the spread. Their last 12 games against Golden State overall. 8 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams have gone over.
System play.
Go to the chat, see what you have here. And Greg says Chicago's coming off that loss to the Knicks. They're also coming off a win before that to the Knicks. Avar's on the over here. Phoenix 4-9 legacy. Greg's got this one. Looks like a Warriors play there and an over, though. I think over feels a little bit bigger, more confident there. And under for Ziggy and the Hawks and Magic. Greg says the Warriors will get this one and cover. Ziggy's on the Warriors here to cover the big double-digit spread. We've got one more in the NBA tonight on this 6-game card. The Thunder are on the road here. The undefeated Thunder, 7-0. The Clippers are 3-3. Not only are the Thunder 7-0, but they're 3-4 against the spread. They're not covering these big numbers, but Clippers are even worse against the spread so far. They're 3-3 and 1-5 against the spread so far. This is the first time the Clippers are underdogs so far this season. So you got the Thunder here laying big points on the road against the Clippers team that, man, have they been inconsistent so far. Oklahoma City is 5-0 straight up against the Clippers and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. Clippers are not looking great as far as covering numbers. They have beaten New Orleans. They beat Portland. Didn't cover in those spread games as a favorite. But like I said, this is the first time as a dog here in this one. So maybe they should be able to hang in, but it just feels like the Thunder, you give them a chance here. Maybe this is more of a reasonable spread rather than these double digits that they've had to lay. They did cover against Phoenix as a 10.5-point favorite at home, but again, on the road, they lost to Golden State, remember, by 19 points. Let me get this right. Lost to the spread against Sacramento, 107-101 is a 9-point favorite at Dallas. Here's the one. They were a 9-point favorite. They won by 7 on the road. Thunder 1-2 to the under on the road, although they're 4-3 to the over overall. Clippers are 3-1 to the over at home. I've got this one going under. I'm going under. I know the trends here are going to point to the over here, I think, but this one's all the way down to 221 here right now. That's some pressure to the under. So I do have the under as my play in this game on the Morning Steam show. All right, and Bar's on the over here. Greg says the Warriors are coming off a loss to Indiana. Greg says, pardon me, gang. Greg says Thunder here. That's very close to the number there. That's too close. Ziggy's on the under 9. Legacy, Clippers, and lay it. And Greg said Clippers last night. Don't forget, they played the Heat and lost and had to battle and use energy. So that might be a factor there. 120 to 119 in that game. Thank you, everybody, for a great segment with the NBA. We're going to go to the ice next. Why not here? A big card, 10-game card on the ice. And let's take a look at the matchups and some plays here for Tuesday night's action in the NHL. First up, you got the Flyers here on the road taking on the Habs. Canadians here favored in this one, $1.60 right now here, and the total 5.5. And I think just juiced up enough here. 5.5 over, minus 115, maybe minus 120 there. Price feels about right with Montreal coming in here so far. Great record for the Habs, no doubt about it. 9 wins, 3 losses so far this season. Philadelphia coming in here with a record of 6-5-1. Still, the Canadians they've been not covering the puck lines as favorites. They've also been on a 3-game winning streak here right now. Wins over Vancouver, Seattle, and Ottawa. Canadians are just 2-6 as a puck line favorite so far this season. Meanwhile, Philadelphia, they're actually 3-0 as a puck line underdog. But the price to take the Flyers is pretty high. Here you're laying almost $2 to take the Flyers here today on the puck line. In fact, it's plus 1.5 at minus 180 so far. So Canadians are winning, but not covering puck lines. They're still $1, like I said, $1.65, $1.70 here. Let me go to the chat in this crazy game between Philadelphia and Montreal. Philadelphia is just 1-5 in their last 6 games, though, at Montreal overall. 4 of the last 5 here in Montreal have gone to Montreal. So it's Philly 1-5 overall on the road. Yeah, let me take a look at some of those scores in this series history because they have okay.
Steam play.
Yeah, let me go to the Steam here real quick. Bail me out. Hawaii taking the Steam here against Oregon in this one. It's up to it was 13. It's now 12. Hawaii is taking the Steam here on the road against Oregon tonight, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time in that one. All right. Not much I could do here a little bit. I'm going to try to grab the Habs here. I'm just going to take them on the money line tonight, $1.65. What can I do? I'm going to go ahead and take the Hurricanes here. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Canadians here in this one at minus $1. $1.50 at Bovada. Okay, that's good enough. I'll take $1.50 with the Canadians here. Just maybe a price play for me at this point. This one looks like a 1-goal game. Let's see what you got. Canadians 3-2 says Greg Gibson, 9 Legacy, Canadians money line. Okay, see Philadelphia Flyers on this. Oh wow, crazy. I think there's a bet where you can take it just Montreal by 1. I don't know if it pays better than that, but it should, I would think. C says didn't know it was 180. Yeah, the puck line is 180 there. Because he took the Flyers there. Oh, look at it again here. In fact, I'm showing at Bovada, it's 190 right now, actually, and the Canadians are up to $1.55 as I speak. So I'm moving the line here a little bit. I'm sure it's all me. Hey, Paolini kind of trying to grab the control here of the second set after losing the first set. So Jasmine here with what a shot. They're looping it over Coco, and Coco couldn't catch up to it, Paolini. All right. Next one up here, we've got the Hurricanes are on the road taking on the Rangers. The Rangers are at home. That's not good. They're much better on the road. We know that. Rangers are 6-5-2. They've won 3 in a row because that's been on the road. That's where they do their business. They won at Vancouver, won at Edmonton, won at Seattle. Now they got to come home where they have struggled. Here 0-4 at home so far this season. Meanwhile, Carolina's 6-2 as a favorite so far. They're minus $1.20, $1.25 here. The total is 5.5 over at minus 120 or so in this one. You've got for Carolina here, they have won 6 of the last 7 meetings against the Rangers. Carolina's been strong on the road. They've won 4 of their last 6 at the Rangers overall. And Rangers struggling at home. This one seems almost obvious, I think. Carolina's been an under here team so far on the road, 2-5, but they at home they've been an over. But Rangers at home are 1-4 to the under. Both teams kind of big time trends to the under. If you make it venue specific, it's 3-9 to the under with Carolina on the road and the Rangers at home. And obviously in a goaltending matchup like this, where you've got Freddie Anderson going up here against Igor. Make sure of this. I'm going to refresh the goalie computer here and see what we got, but it does seem like you got hot goaltending here for sure in this one. In fact, it is Kashetkov. Let me you know what? I don't think it is. I think it's going to be Freddie Anderson. I'm going to leave Freddie Anderson in there, and the total is, like I said, it is 5.5 over. So I think that may be indicating that Freddie's in goal and not Kashetkov, who would be making his season debut for Pyotr Kashetkov. I know that a couple one site is listing him as goalie, but the other site, 2 sites have Anderson. Usually with the 3 sites, I kind of play the majority because it usually seems like that's right. So I'm going to go here with the under in this one between Carolina and the Rangers as my pick here on the morning Steam Show. Give me the under at 5.5. All right, and let's see here. We got VAR is on the Rangers to get that home win. Cash Kane is on the Canes. And he says the Rangers offense just can't keep up with the Canes right now, especially at home. How do you lose your home games? Greg says Carolina to win this one. 9 legacies on the Rangers, bars on the Rangers, and Ziggy's on the Hurricanes. Can the Rangers get that first home win? Like I said, Carolina 6-2 is a favorite so far. And Rangers are also they are an underdog on the line here. They are 4-1 as a puck line dog, but 1-4 on the puck line at home. They've been favored in several of those games, obviously. All right, next up, we got the Mammoth here on the road taking on the Sabres, and Vemoka in the pipes for the 8-4 Mammoth. Buffalo comes in here 5-3. Buffalo's lost 3 of their last 4, but they are coming in here off of a win over Washington, 4-3. Meanwhile, for the Mammoth, they've lost 2 in a row here all of a sudden, snapped their winning streak, and they lost to Edmonton. They lost to Tampa Bay overall. But Buffalo just 3-5 as an underdog so far this season. Utah's 4-2 as a favorite, but Buffalo is 5-2 at home so far. Utah just 4-3 on the road. Also, the Mammoth are 2-4 as a puck line favorite so far this season. See how you guys have it here with the Mammoth taking on the Sabres here. Mammoth on the road, but see how you folks might play it today and cover some of the numbers here in this series with Utah having won 4 of the last 6 meetings between the 2 teams. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the 2 teams have gone over franchises. When you're playing this series, it does date back to the Arizona days a couple years ago. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the 2 teams here in Buffalo have gone under here, but see how you guys have it here with the Utah on the road. I'm going to be taking Utah actually to win this game over Buffalo today. I'm taking the Mammoth on the road here, minus a little bit of money, $1.30 or so. In fact, oh man, I'm seeing it up to $1.40. I think that we might get the steam coming in here any second. We might hear the steam on the move here with Utah. This one's going up. 135, 127 at Circa, 138 Bet Online, 142 DraftKings, 138 at South Point. I only got 130 on the line there, and last night when I was doing a show was $1.20. So, man, how about that? All right. Yeah, let's see what we got here in this. Trevor loves tennis pick. Yeah, Trevor, I'm letting us down here. Hey, maybe Paulina can come back. She's winning this set here. I think we might have a little bit of a downer today, but only in the hot streak here, it feels like. Utah money line for Cash Cane. VAR is on Buffalo puck line. 9 Legacies, Buffalo money line. Greg's on Buffalo. Good morning to Tariq in the chat. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Jimmy is here as well today. Good morning. And VAR, don't forget, oh man, VAR, don't forget, yeah, I'll have a package for sure of Champions League action. We've got 9 games today in the Champions League, including some blockbuster tilts. How about Real Madrid and Liverpool, Bayern Munich and PSG? Feels like a big day today in the UEFA Champions League. No previews, though, here today. Now, the Bruins are on the road taking on the Islanders here. The Islanders are a favorite. About $1.60 right now. Total here, 6.5 under, minus 115, maybe even minus 120, with the Bruins coming in here on the road. Currently 7-7. The Islanders are 6-5-1. Bruins are hot. They've won 3 in a row, but the Islanders have won 2 in a row as well. Bruins beat the Islanders, beat Buffalo, beat Carolina, all at home. Islanders, meanwhile, coming off a home win over Columbus, 3-2, a couple nights ago. Are laying $1.50, $1.60 here in this one. Look, the Bruins have not done too bad of late, really, against the Islanders. Boston has actually won 8 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams. 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Team's last meeting was just about a week or so ago. Boston won it 5-2 at home. So we got Swayman going up against Sorokin here for Swayman and this one, and the Bruins. Swayman comes in here with a 4-4 record, 3.14 goals against, 89.5% save percentage. Now, the Islanders went with the Rittich last game, and he played pretty well in that 3-2 win over Columbus, but they're going to go back to Sorokin here. Sorokin, 3.4 goals against, 88% save percentage, 3-4-1 record, but he did stop 22 of 23 shots last time out in the 3-1 win there over Washington, and then Riddick played the game against Columbus here. So, all right, let's see what you got here, and I'll go to the chat, but we're looking for the winner in Boston versus the Islanders here tonight. All right, in the chat, we've got Ziggy's on the Mammoth in that game against Buffalo back there. Here's Cash Cane on the Islanders, says we'll get that revenge. Here's Bruins on the puck line there for Greg, and he says he's got it 4-3 Islanders, but he likes the Bruins there on the puck line. Yeah, this one feels like could be some goals, doesn't it? Islanders are still 9-3 to the over. They've actually calmed down here a little bit, but Boston's 7-3 to the over in their last 10 games coming in right now. Boston also 9-2 on the puck line so far this season as an underdog. It's a little bit steep here, but just to note that excellent record there, minus $1.85 there. I'm going to take Boston here to win, though, actually on the road. Give me the Bruins in this one. as an underdog against the Islanders tonight. Ziggy's on the under. Tariq says Islanders an over tonight. Next up, we've got the Oilers on the road taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Way to go, Mr. Producer, against the Dallas Stars here. Stars come in $1.25. The total, I don't think it's that high. Yeah, it's gone down. It's 6 over 15. It's definitely gone down a little bit here with the Oilers and the Stars here tonight. And we'll talk about this one. Oilers coming in here right now, having lost their last game at St. Louis here. They were on a homestand, went 2-1, but opened up with a loss at St. Louis. They're just 2-5 straight up on the road so far. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they are 3-2 at home so far this season. This is the first time that Edmonton's been an underdog all season. We know that their puck line record is 3-11 overall, 1-7 on the puck line on the road, but Dallas on the puck line's 1-8 as a favorite so far. So I don't know what we can do with this one, but Dallas short money line here, $1.25. Dallas is 3-6 to the under as a favorite, 2-4 to the under at home so far. So got to kind of look at the matchup, I think, with these two semi-frequent opponents, of course, here with Edmonton here, 4-1 in their last 5 games against Dallas overall. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone over. However, 6 of the last 8 meetings in Dallas have gone under. Oh, boy. I got to think this one's going under. I know it's 6 over 15 there, and no more 6.5. DraftKings is at 6.5 under, so I'm going to take the under in this one with Edmonton and Dallas, especially with Dallas as a home favorite here. Give me the under in this one. Okay, here we go with Oilers for Cash Kane. Ziggy's on the Dallas Mavericks. Now he's laughing at me. Greg says 3-2 here. Bar's on the under. Ziggy's on the under. So I feel like I'm on the right side here with you guys. I'm going to take the under in this one between Edmonton and Dallas. Next up, the Predators are on the road taking on the Wild. Oh, boy, look at this one. The Wild, the big favorite. Well, I kind of get it, right? But the Predators haven't been bad. They've got a better record, actually, than the Wild at 5-6-3, but Minnesota's just 4-6-3. Both teams are actually struggling here a little bit right now, but it's kind of a matchup of where you've got good offenses and the defenses haven't been too good. It feels like Nashville coming in here off of a loss. They did end their winning streak or their losing streak before that with a win over Calgary, but we're right back at it, lost at home to Vancouver. Meanwhile, Minnesota just snapped their losing streak with a win against Vancouver 5-2 last time out. So both teams in a funk here. Minnesota 1-4 straight up as a favorite. Nashville 2-7 straight up as a dog, and 1-3 on the straight up on the road. Minnesota here 1-4 as a puck line favorite. This one actually looks quite reasonable because you have Nashville 5-4 as a puck line underdog. Maybe Nashville on the puck line could be the side. Problem is the series has kind of been owned by Minnesota here, and I'm not mistaken, 13 of the last 20 have been won by Nashville overall, but both teams, like I said, struggling here right now. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over right now, and it does feel like I said, the defense, especially Minnesota's defense, has been really lackluster so far. Minnesota 6-1 to the over at home, 4-1 to the over as a favorite. Meanwhile, Nashville, though, 2-8 to the under in their last 10, 1-4 to the under on the road. So this one feels a little dicey, but I got to go here in this one with the over tonight between Nashville and Minnesota at 6.5. Yeah, it's 6.5 under, definitely. I'll go over, though, in this one. Give me your plays now. Let me look at them here in the chat. Did have just some steam here real quick while I'll bring up the chat. But Florida State taking the steam here tonight against Alcorn. Florida State was, oh man, get this. This one's going through the roof here, it feels like. Florida State was opened up a 19-point favorite. They're now a 27-point favorite over Alcorn. You knew it wasn't going to be. Oh, man, should have been on that one. Florida State, that's some massive steam. The steam actually came in here at minus 25.5, but the game opened as low as 19 at Bet Online and has been bet up big time with Alcorn coming in here taking on Florida State. So big steam there. That one, those are the ones, it's up to you. Technically, the steam is only about a 2-point move, but it did open much, much lower. Just a mistake by the books that was quickly rectified, but someone may have gotten 19, 21.5, 23s out there, all the way up here now to 27 in a few books. And we know those games between ACC, SEC, and some of the those schools that get those paydays, if you know what I mean. There, remember Alcorn, you come in, you get paid, and just provide food for fodder for those teams. And but who knows? We've seen an upset yesterday. May see one again tonight. Not in this game, but there was one other piece of steam that came in, I thought. Oh, it was this game, Alcorn and Florida State. Yeah, steam to the under here with Alcorn and Florida State. I'll tell you what. This one, I'm going to make a play on this game right now. I'm chasing this steam for sure. I know I got the graphic up there for hockey. We're going to do, but I don't have this game lined up. This one opened the steam came in just now at 153.5, and it is currently at I'll call it 152.5. I like the under in this game, actually, between Alcorn and Florida State. I'm going to make that a play, actually, here on the Morning Steam Show real quick. I'll remind it, but I want to get in on it now because I think this one's going to keep moving here lower. Maybe. Still, I'm taking the under in that one with Florida State and Alcorn. I know I'm jumping all over the place here, but okay, let me get back to the hockey there. As I said, I'm on the over there with Nashville and Minnesota. Let me get your plays there, you guys. Thank you for being patient. And let's see here. Duke, Jerry's talking about Duke. Tariq likes Cooper Flagg to score. Wild should get this one as a huge favorite, says Cash Kane. I think it's going to be 4-3 tonight. Maybe 5-4. I think I've got a wild one. Hello to Weedo. He says Gus is a bust, and you got to parlay it up. Let me bring my banner back up here. There we go. Gus in goal, and Gus is a bust. Thank you, Weedo. Gus is a bust, but under parlay. Okay, or will he bust the under parlay? 4-3. Greg says Predators. Ziggy's on the Predators on the puck line. Says Minnesota struggles after a win. And Greg says don't be a jerk or a predator. 9 Legacy, Boston Bruins. And Weedo says jerk. I don't know what he's saying, but he might be on the Blue Jackets. And 9 Legacies on the Islanders on the money line. I've got 4 more hockey games to go over here. And before we get to some basketball, Lightning and the Avalanche here. You've got long names, Vasilevsky and Wedgwood in this one. You got Avalanche going to be favored here at home. $1.50 or so right now, 6 over. I'm going to call 6 over 15, 6 over 20. Yeah, there's some, DraftKings are always going a little bit higher. They know everybody goes over, so DraftKings is actually pretty smart. They're always a nickel higher, it seems like, doesn't it, on the totals in hockey? Why not? I mean, most people like overs. How do the books ever get caught on some of these games putting such a low total? All right, let's take a look, though, here at this one. The Lightning taking on the Avalanche tonight. Avalanche going to be favored here in this one. Colorado comes in here 7-1-5. Only one regulation loss. Tampa Bay, they're the hottest team in the league, it feels like, right now with their winning streak. So this is a sneaky good matchup, maybe the best matchup here, it feels like, of the night. Tampa Bay coming in here right now with a 3-1 record on the road, straight up 6-2 their last 10 overall. Meanwhile, for Colorado, they are just 5-1-4 in their last 10, but still just one regulation loss, 3-0 straight up at home so far. This line's gone up a little bit. It was $1.35 or so, I think, on the opener. $1.33 was the opener at Circa, and it's up to $1.44 there at Circa and $1.50 in general here right now. Tampa Bay is 2-0 on the puck line, as a puck line dog so far this season. As a puck line favorite, they're 1-9. So this is kind of the role that maybe they stay close in here in this matchup, maybe against Colorado. Maybe they could spring an upset here. I don't know if it's even an upset, as hot as they are. So got an East-West game here, I know that, but still, Tampa Bay has defeated Colorado in 5 of the last 6 meetings overall between the two teams. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over, and 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams here in Colorado have gone over. But so far, Colorado's 4-8 to the under as a favorite, and Tampa Bay is 0-2 to the under as a dog, and both these teams are 3-7 to the under in their last 10 games. The only caveat on that is the Avalanche are 3-2 to the over at home so far this season, but I don't know if that necessarily is going to swing it for me in this one. If you guys want to comment in the chat, I've got to go under in this one with Colorado and Tampa Bay here tonight. Let's see how you have it in the chat. I think you can tell who I might be on, but let's see what you got. It's going to be Avs Moneyline for Cash Kane, and Tariq's with me on that Alcorn and Florida State game tonight. Here's a bar liking Avalanche on the puck line here to get it done. A little bit plus money for sure. Greg likes it 4-3 Colorado. Ziggy likes the over in this one at 6.5. Good money there, Ziggy. Good money. I think it's plus 105, plus 105 or so. All right, that might be it from you guys in the chat in that one. Let me keep it moving here. We're doing a great job on the morning steam. Panthers and Ducks. How about this one? This was not bad either. I mean, you got Panthers. They've come kind of all the way back there from that slow start. They've been alternating wins and losses here of late, but did come in off of a road victory over Dallas. Remember, these two teams just met on October 28th. It was Anaheim there. Let me see what the score was there. Anaheim got the 3-2 victory at Florida. These two teams just met back on October the 28th. Got Anaheim here, 3-1 at home so far this season, 7-2-1. Their last 10 games overall. Florida's 1-4 straight up on the road, and they're favored here in this one. It looks like Anaheim. Anaheim's improved, and we know Florida still. I'm sure they'll be around near the at the end of the season trying to get it going. Goff is in complete control of this match. It's going to be blitzing Paolini here, but So. Look, I think Tampa Bay here, why wouldn't they be a favorite? After all, the Ducks, you think about in the past, but so far the Ducks have looked pretty good so far, it feels like, this season. So, man, I don't know. As a plus money here, all right, not much trend-wise, it feels like, on the total, but you do have the series here between these two teams. Florida has won 5 straight meetings here in Anaheim so far. So 5 in a row for Florida when playing at Anaheim here. All right, let's go to I think I like the total though here. Like I said, not much trend wise, but again, this is a East versus West, so you don't see it too much here between these two. But the fact that they just played that game the other night, it went for 7 goals. I have a feeling we might see another over here, even in Anaheim, at it's 6.5. I don't think it's. In fact, there are no 6. DraftKings is still 6.5 here, so I'll leave it at 6.5 under 25 or so. It's probably under 30, but I'm actually going to go over in this one with Florida and Anaheim here tonight. Give me the over with these two, with Bobrovsky in there and Luke Dostal. Dostal actually comes in here. You look at the numbers overall. He's got a 2.55 goals against and 91.5% save percentage for Bob. He's 6-3 with a 2.34 goals against and a 90% save percentage. All right, let's look at the plays here from you guys, however. AOD here is in the chat. Thank you to AOD. Also, let's see. WeDo's got some props in there. Here's Cash Kane. He likes the Panthers and Ducks for Greg. Jerry says, what is that? What Utah 1-24 on the road? Let me think about that. WeDo says Fire Blazer, Florida. Ziggy's on the under. Cash Kane says Panthers here. Greg says Panthers are shaking lately. You got to be careful with those Panthers. Yeah, you know what? They got off to a pretty poor. They started a little bit hot, then they got real cold. Now they're kind of coming back a little bit. All right, Panthers there for Cash Kane. Next up, the Red Wings are on the road taking on the Golden Knights here in Las Vegas. Golden Knights are a $2 favorite. Total here, 6. And you know what? It might not be quite $2, although the Stations Casino here, my local casino south of me here, is at $2 here. Total is total 6 for the most part. The DraftKings number there, 6.5 under 25 or so. I might just leave it up there at that, but I think I got mostly 6s, slightly juiced to the over here thus far. Goff is on match point, by the way. So I'm not going to get this one. Paolini was no match for Coco Goff today. Goff wins here as a pretty solid favorite. I took the dog on the games line, but Goff was a 225 favorite or so and dispatches Paolini 6-3, 6-2. All right, for the Red Wings here, they come in Cam Talbot in goal. I've got Gibby. Yeah, I've got Gibby in goal here. Let me put the Knights goalie up, though. It is Akira Schmid. I don't have it in the graphic there, but let me add it. There we go. Yep, I've got Akira Schmid in goal here for the Golden Knights in this one. Vegas comes in here 6-2-3. Detroit's 9-4. Detroit coming in off of a win. They had their winning streak snapped by Anaheim, and then they won at San Jose. This is a 5th straight road game here for the Red Wings coming in. Golden Knights, meanwhile, are off of a loss to Colorado coming into this one. Both teams kind of trended over so far this season. Vegas is 5-2 to the over as a favorite. Meanwhile, the Red Wings are 6-4 to the over as an underdog. Vegas is just 2-5 on the puck line as a favorite. The Red Wings, they're 7-3 as a puck line underdog. And, well, you know what? They're getting some decent money here on that puck line at minus $1.65. Oh, gosh, that is higher than I was expecting, but I think that's kind of the direction I want to go. I don't want to lay $2, and I don't want to lay a puck line with Vegas in this spot. That's for sure. Give me the Detroit. I'll take them on the puck line. It's all I can do, I think, here. I know it's $1.65, but I'm going to take Detroit here on the puck line against the Golden Knights tonight here in Las Vegas. You guys do have some comments on this one. And let's see. And Jerry said he had the Lakers over Portland. Greg says he's got Gibby, his cousin. Gibby's his cousin. Right. Don't want to also here. Not sure that Gibby is. No one's been appointed goalie yet today, but I'm showing Gibby. I know one of the sites there is showing Cam Talbot in goal today, but I think I've got Gibby myself. All right, and Jerry says 3-9. Wrong. Ziggy says Golden Knights here for him on the puck line. Jerry says no Luka, and the Lakers were still great. And Weedu says he didn't know Portland was that bad until he looked at the minutes on Grant. 9 Legacy says Red Wings on the money line. Sounds good. I'll take him on the puck line here, man. $1.65. That's high, but I'll take it. Got to take something. That's what we do here on the morning steam. Yes, one more. Here we go. Jets and Kings. Hellebuck and Kemper in this one for Connor Hellebuck. He's 6-3 with a 2.43 goals against, 92% save percentage for Darcy Kemper. He is 3-3-3. The Kings are 5-4-4. Man, they played a lot of overtimes. Winnipeg, they haven't played overtime. They're 9-3 right now with a 3-game winning streak. Kings have lost 2 straight games here all of a sudden. Seen them in a shootout, I think, in there against Detroit. Was it a shootout? They lost to the Devils last time out, 4-1. Winnipeg's wins were on the road at Minnesota, then at home against Chicago, and at home against Pittsburgh so far. So this one's practically a toss-up because the Jets have been playing so well so far this season. And not only that, they've actually played pretty well, I believe, against the Kings. Let me see. Kings have won 6 out of the last 9 between the two teams overall. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under, and 8 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams here in LA have gone under. But so far, Winnipeg is 3-1 to the over on the road, and 1-0 and they're only 1-0 the over, and they're only shot as an underdog. But I still don't know if that's going to be the case for me. I think we might get a low one here, but I think I will at least probably take a look here at the money line in this one. Look, Winnipeg's 4-0 on the road so far. The Kings are 0-3 at home right now, so that kind of stands out. Kings, like I said, 2-5 as a favorite. Winnipeg, this is only their second time as an underdog so far. They are 0-1 as a dog coming in here. So last game of the night, get your plays in, and I'll make my plays here right now in this one between Winnipeg and the Kings tonight. Man, I still want to take the Kings here. I know the Kings have not won at home yet in regulation, and Winnipeg 4-0 on the road so far, 8-2 in their last 10. They've obviously got the better record, but I know I'm going to be on the Kings unless someone talks me out of it in the chat. Kane says last year the Kings were good at home. Ziggy's on the Kings. Greg's on the Kings. I'm glad you guys are on the Kings. Now I can play the Kings. All right. VAR is on the under here. And I'm going to take the Kings tonight. Let's go, my Kings. I'm taking them at $1.25. It's not even $1.25, I don't think, right now. I think it's actually gone down here to, I'm seeing $1.33 at Bovada, $1.30 at DraftKings. So it's a few lines at $1.22, $1.19 at Circa. So maybe $1.25 seems right. 9 Legacy says take the Kings on the money line. Robert Dixon, Kings on the money line. And Jerry says the Lakers shouldn't be getting points right now because they've just been unbelievable. Man, you got to give a lot of credit to, I'll say it, you got to give credit to Pelinka. Got to give credit to the coaching staff here right now with Redick. I think that's a good sign for the Lakers that overcome the injuries. And look, Reeves was out of the game there, right? Reeves has been the guy that's had to step up, and he had, and he missed a game. So then they've got guys like LaRabia coming in. Man, it's just been great for the Lakers. Now, granted, they are on the back-to-back here after the win over. What am I talking about? You guys got me thinking Kings and Lakers are the same thing. Jerry, stop it. Although those are funny I mentioned that, though, because, growing up, the LA teams were the teams to watch. The San Diego teams were never any good. There weren't enough of them anyways. We only had the Padres, the Chargers, but during the weeknight sports, you'd get the Kings and the Lakers on TV. So that's why I kind of gravitate to them a little bit, even though I'm not a big LA guy like my friends in the chat. All right. And right, and Ronnie. No, I mean, Ronnie tearing it up. Give him some more minutes. I think that's what we do. Saying that's it for hockey. Thank you, guys. Just going to go over some basketball plays here tonight, and still a lot of games, and we'll talk personnel here in the weeks to come when the numbers start to shake out. And we've already, like I said, seen some massive performances there on opening night. Man, some big time performances by some players for sure so far this season. Who are let me see so far. They were listing them there. Some of the best players so far after the first night of the season. I mean, of course, I couldn't stop raving about the Arizona freshman Koa Pete with that massive game. But man, there were some guys who had some games last night. Merez Johnson of Michigan, Thesta Ritter of Virginia, Darren Peterson of Kansas, Chance Westry of UAB, Ben Bradford of Charlotte, Ryan Sable of Buffalo. Some massive performances last night on opening night. Good performances. Okay, let me make some picks here in college basketball. I'm just going to go. Thank you, Greg. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Ziggy. Bye-bye. And so far, we still got 5 dozen of you in here ready to go with some college basketball plays. I had a pretty good day here. Just 3-2 on my picks here. 2-1 on my super high rollers. And we did have a couple winners there last night on the air with the guys. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. Hey, my personal plays are pretty good. You know, can't give out. Nobody wants a million plays, even from a wise guy handicapper like me that likes to make a lot of plays. But sure did like a lot of the winning there last night. So I'll keep expanding the menu if I keep winning privately. All right, there we go. I'm going to make some plays here. Maybe I'm not going over all the biggest games here a little bit, but I'm going to cover some that I already have some plays on here, okay? Mount St. Mary's taking on West Virginia in this one, and I've got the under here in this one at 137. Maybe it's 137. I'll see. Yeah, I'm just got 137 here with West Virginia. 20-point favorite here in this one. This one's in Morgantown right now. West Virginia, of course. Russ Hodge is coaching here this year, his first year at West Virginia, taking over here. He comes in from North Texas. He had 2 great seasons at North Texas. So looking for some things maybe here from West Virginia. For Mount St. Mary's, I'm not too interested in them, but I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one right now with Mount St. Mary's and West Virginia. Give me the under as my play here on the Morning Steam Show. Do have sometimes the trends can work here early on. I'm not too interested in in college basketball, man. This turnover, right? You're like, who are these guys? I know a lot of people are not playing right now, but I am. I am playing. I'm trusting my numbers here. And again, I explained it last night, the way I'm coming in here, just so you know about how I'm going about handicapping, and just as I do every year, I kind of make my own set of numbers, and then I use the major power ratings, if you will. I like Ken Palm. I like the Massey ratings. I think are some of my favorites as well, and then the Sagarin ratings. I kind of mesh them all together. I just run them through and kind of do a little consensus. But I do use my weight a little bit heavier than those others, and I do kind of mash them together. So, all right, let's see here. And Jerry says, how much money the bookies make on that sorry Portland line last night? Jerry says, told all the Cowboys are overrated, says Jerry. We says 1-9. So I don't know what you guys are. We're losing it in the chat. Greg Gibson there likes he likes St. Mary. He likes Mount St. Mary's there in an upset, it looks like. That'd be a big upset. Got a 15-point win for a 20-point underdog. Jerry says that Dallas only 17 points at home. What a joke. The Cowboys were. Cash Kane's on the over here in this one. Going against me there. I don't mind, Kane. You're awesome. Okay, I'm going to keep it going, though, here right now. And next up, I've got North Carolina A&T taking on South Carolina here. South Carolina, a 22-point favorite. It opened about 20 here in this one. The total is up to 144 here. I'm going to lay it with South Carolina in this one. They did take the steam here. Was thinking about playing this one, premium, but you do have it here up to 22 right now, and I like South Carolina here to rock against North Carolina A&T, take out the Aggies here in this one. And you see here, you got some numbers dating back here. A&T 1-5 ATS last 6 games dating back to last year. South Carolina 7-1 ATS last 8 games at home dating back to last season. So A&T also 2-8 to the under their last 10 dating back to last season. South Carolina, though, usually rocks this conference. The Coastal 5 straight covers in those games at home, and I think they will do it again here. I will lay 22. And Cash Kane likes South Carolina with me. And Greg says, he likes it. I see. He likes it as a 15-point win, therefore taking this plus 20. Thank you. Understood. And Tariq likes St. Mary's there in that game. Mount St. Mary's, I hope he understands there. Mount St. Mary's, not to be confused with the St. Mary's Gales. I think we had them last. I think that was my play on the air last night there with St. Mary's. But Mount St. Mary's, still an interesting program. Mount St. Mary's has had its share of success at their level, if you know what I mean. Okay. And no, we do. I think Mount St. Mary's is like 137.5, and the South Carolina game is 143. Do I have the graphic wrong there? No, we got it right. Oral Roberts taking on Oklahoma State here in this one. Widely reported steam came in on the over here in this game, and I was probably going to – this is another one where I was going to use it as a premium, but it's gone up here a little bit right now to a lot, actually. What is the current line here? Oh, gosh, it's 164? Ugh. I'm getting a little queasy here right now. Okay, I'm going to dial this one back a little bit. I still do like this. I'm going to take it over at 160. Just know that it was 159 when I typed these graphics in. It's gone up to 164. My number is still a little bit higher than that. This one should be a wild score here tonight with these two, and I'm going to take the over, but boy, that's gone up 5 points, man. And just weigh it as such, okay? Weigh what I'm saying, if you know what I mean here. I had this one queued up. You saw what I had the number at there and now what it is. So the line here is currently 20 or so. Oklahoma State by 20. So little trepidation here. I'll still go over. I think it will be over, but that is a big move here. I'll try to avoid those on the show. You know, this is going to happen a little bit more in the early games. Lots of big spreads not covering in the first games. Let's take a look here, maybe real quick, Greg, at some big spreads from yesterday. What would be a big spread? 20 points. St. John's covered 26.5 as a favorite, but IU Indianapolis covered that game against Ohio State. Good point. We had Dayton as a premium pick, laying 25.5. Tennessee didn't cover against Mercer, and that was one of my picks too. So, hey, you're right on a lot of these for sure. Virginia did cover a big number against Rider there by laying 20 points or so. Hold on a second here. Get a little early morning Snapchat. I don't know. Let's see. Cincinnati did cover 21 against Western Carolina. Mason covered against Wofford. They're double digits. But I'm looking for 20s here. SMU didn't cover against Tarleton. Cleveland State covered 16 at Loyola Chicago. That was a super high roller play for me. But yeah, interesting. Thank you, Greg. That's interesting to note. St. Louis covered 19. All right, I'm going to stop looking, but I'm very, this is how I operate, man. I get all excited when I see a trend and I'm interested in it. And I know one game we didn't cover, I think, on the recap there, but just to know that late night game, right? UCLA, they were 30-point favorites in that game against Eastern Washington, won by 6. 80 to 74 last night. I'd say UCLA didn't cover 30, right? I think that might be what you're talking about. There were a couple of others too. Cal Baptist pushed on a 12-point spread late. Washington was a 34-point favorite against Pine Bluff. Remember, they got steamed on the air. Washington and over, but I would just go with Washington. I don't think it went over. Okay, you guys. Great job, man, today here on the Morning Steam. And we're not quite done yet. Tariq says, take Oral. Tariq likes Oral. What can you say? Cash Kane says Oklahoma State in the over. Greg's got Oral plus the points here. Weedu says Illinois and Michigan to go over. Illinois and over. Michigan and over. Last night, I think, of what Weedu's saying there, right? Terrell loves all the action. Weedu's got Arizona today. Greg loves to pay. He's like me. Love to pay attention to those other scores. And let's see here. 9 Legacy. You can't cover. UNC cover. Clemson covered. Cincinnati covered. Notre Dame covered. Seton Hall covered. Virginia Tech covered. And Pittsburgh covered. UConn ain't covering. Okay, yeah, they didn't cover 40. 40. Oh, let me make some picks here, you guys, with you. I'm on the over here in that goofy game there with that big line move. This one, Texas and Duke. Look, you're going to see Duke tonight. Duke is going to look outstanding. I mean, I'm taking Duke. I want to do this as a premium, but I think Duke's going to crush tonight against Texas. These guys are going to be awesome. I feel like this season, I think they're going to bring, they've got a great mix here. They're going to play the freshmen. They're going to got Boozer. This team is going to be awesome here. They might even win the Natty. This might be my pick to win the national championship, but I like Duke to roll over Texas here tonight. I believe it's already gone up from 8.5, hasn't it? It's up to 9.5 now for the most part. Total 153. I like Duke by double digits tonight. I'm taking Duke. Make no mistake that I want the Blue Devils in this one. All right, go ahead and comment, though, if you'd like. Let's see here. Duke 14-6, last 20 against SEC opponents. They've also covered 11 of their last 15, dating back to last season. Of course, Texas just 3-10. Texas fired Rodney Terry. They did bring in Sean Miller here, so look, good hire for Texas, I guess, but you're not against Shire right now. I mean, the recruits are just crazy. Duke just has them falling all over themselves here, and I've got Duke to roll, actually, in this one. And let's see here. Greg said, yeah, Oral has had their moments, right, over the years. And Duke spread for Cash Kane. Tariq likes the over here in this one. Barr says Duke covers, and Jerry liking the Bulls there. Is that what Jerry said? And Greg says the Boozer twins will have a huge night, and I'll take it, 90-75. That's exactly I'm going to go with that, Greg. That sounds like a perfect score. All right, a couple more here. Portland State and Stanford. The steam came in on Portland State here in this one, and it took it down, I believe, from 11 down to it's still 11. because it opened as low as 9.5. But the steam did come in on Portland State here. Like I said, the steam's been hot. I'm not going to, tell you not to play Portland State here, but I think I had the total marked down actually as my play in this one. And I've got the under here in this one with Portland State and Stanford. Give me the under here in this opener. Right. And Duke, yeah, it's at Charlotte. It's not necessarily neutral court. The fans are going to be in Duke colors here. Just a short trip for sure. Duke's still the home team there for sure. And Stanford money line here for Cash Kane. Bar is on the under. Jerry says, yeah, Texas. I mean, it's just I think they'll be fine. Miller knows. I mean, Miller might be the right fit, right hire, I guess, but I've got to think Duke's going to crush them here tonight. Tennessee Martin is here in Vegas. They're taking on UNLV. UNLV is a 17-point favorite. I call it 17.5 right now in this one between Martin and UNLV. But I'm looking at the total again here in this one, and I've got this one going here under tonight with Tennessee Martin and UNLV. Take the under here with these two. Okay, let's see here. UNLV under in 9 of their last 11 dating back to last season. 7 of their last 8 at home were under dating back to last year. Tennessee Martin was going under late last year as well, but not all about what happened last year. This is what I've come up with as my play here is under 144. All right. Trail says on a neutral court, you got to go over. And Mr. Weskers likes Stanford to cover in that game against Portland State. A couple more here I got here real quick. I think, let's see. No, that's it. That's all I've got. Oh, man, I'm sorry, guys. That's it. All I got for the call. Quickly, if you want to put a play in there or a request for a game, I can look at it. Maybe I'll make a play here on the game, but let me run the commercial, and we're out of here. We're going to make the drawing as well, see who wins. Some of free picks from me. Don't you want that? Here we go.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Okay, great job, Mike. I think he updated that, and I like that version better, actually. Good job, Mike. And let's go to the winning. Who's got it? Look at how many we got entered here today. 19 again. Okay, that's fine. Let's see who wins 1 month of the plays. Hey, I'm doing pretty well here right now. Didn't do anything with the premiums in the NBA and NHL last night with the college game, with Monday Night Football, and all the big college. Probably should have come in with more, but hopefully everyone's satisfied. And this is how you support me here on the show. Here go the drawing. 9 Legacy, We Do, Jerry, Tariq, Dirty Reg, Weskers, Ziggy Balls, Nasty Nate. The winner's Terrell. Terrell wins again, and I'll give Terrell another month subscription. Thank you, Terrell, for all of your help in the chat, making some great plays for us here on the Sports Money Network. We're still got Halloween in the background here. All right, guess that's going to get rid of the Halloween. All right. Greg, thank you. Nasty Nate, thank you. Cash Kane, thank you as well. We do in there. And let's see here. Robert, thank you as well. It's going to do it here for the morning's team. Oh, wait. Did we do the Maction? Did we do the Maction? Oh, my God, you guys. Nobody said anything. I guess nobody cared in the end. All right, here we go. Got to cover it now. We can't not cover it. I promised it. All right, here we go. Ohio U, 2.5-point favorite at home, taking on Miami of Ohio in this one. This is the let's just say the better of the two games. You got Miami of Ohio coming in 5-3. Ohio is coming in 5-3 so far this season. But Miami of Ohio is 3-1 against the spread on the road. Ohio is 3-1 against the spread at home so far. So, well, what do you think in this one with Miami of Ohio and Ohio here? Ohio's gone 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games. Overall, they've also gone over in 5 of their last 7 coming in. Ohio has won 14 of the last 19 meetings between these two teams, and they are favored here at home. And like I said, they're 4-0 straight up at home, and Miami of Ohio is 0-3 as an underdog. I'm going to take Ohio here in this one. They're 10-4-1 against the spread in their last 15. They've won 11 straight home games here. Give me Ohio to win and cover against Miami O tonight. I'll take the Bobcats over the Red Hawks. I think that's what the Red Hawks, right? They used to be one of those names you can't say anymore. All right, thank you to Bobby Mack. Terrell said, I told Ramon, I'm trying to tell you, Maction. Well, you said at the beginning, Terrell, and I said, we're going to do the Maction. I almost left the show. I looked at the games, and I'm like, at the end of my graphics, and I'm like, Miami of Ohio and Ohio, I'm not previewing that basketball game. What's going on? Miami of Ohio spread, Akron spread. And then we got Miami of Ohio for Tariq. You guys are Miami of Ohio here. All right. Greg, though, I think he's with me. He likes right on there pretty much. And let's do the other one here, though. UMass, they're 0-8. They're 0-8. Akron's 3-6 coming in. But maybe this is the one. They're getting 10 points here. Now, they haven't been very good against the spread either. UMass, 2-6 ATS, 1-3 ATS on the road, 1-4 ATS. As a dog, Akron's 4-5 ATS so far. But Akron does come in here having won, 6 of their last 18 games overall. UMass has lost 10 straight dating back to last year, and also 11 straight games on the road. It's pretty much been a disaster here. And at least for Akron here, they do have a couple of covers here, 2-2 ATS at home, 1-1 ATS on the road. This one, oh man, a little bit dicey though. What do you think? I'm going to go to the chat here in this scrummy game and see what you have. UMass here hasn't won in quite a while. I have a feeling they're going to actually maybe compete in this game here and be able to cover. But let me just take the over in this one. Akron is 2-0 to the over as a favorite. UMass is 5-4 to the over. I don't know what to say about that necessarily, but at least trend-wise, maybe there's a little bit of support for the over between these two. UMass has gone over in 9 of their last 12, dating back to last year. 4 of the last 5 have gone under. I will say that. So, but I'm going to go over in this one tonight. The morning steam is over. Thank you, everybody. And Robert does like the over there. And UMass, hey, they'll be ready, right? They had plenty of time to plan for this one. Greg likes this one right on the number, pretty much. And thank you, Terrell. That's why you so highly regarded by me for your great stats there. Thank you. It's going to do it for the Morning Steam show. Thank you, Tariq's on the over as well. Look, I'll be back tonight. I'm going to try to pull off a show here. I think we can get this thing rolling here on Tuesday nights and kind of just go along with the action. We'll see if we can't round up Sean or another capper or see if anybody can join me for a Tuesday night show. We don't have any more Contender Series. So we got to do something on Tuesday night. So see if I can get on the air as soon as possible. There we got NBA tonight. NHL big card, obviously, in the college basketball. So thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Don't forget, we do have VB MMA picks already recorded, up and ready in the live tab. So make sure you check out the preview for this weekend's UFC card. Here, did have a poignant conversation with one of the head traders at SXBet, one of the programmers actually and partners there, Jeremy from SXBet. They're a Canadian-based betting exchange, but talked about the controversy in the UFC. And he said, you know what, the exchanges weren't really affected that much because there weren't a lot of people taking the other side. So we got to have two-way traffic to get bet in the exchanges, and the way that dirty money was coming in or something like that. It just didn't have enough traction to anybody to take the dog, I think is what he was saying. So, but make sure you watch the show. We previewed the main event, Bonfim and Brown, welterweights this week. That one was actually moved from August. It wasn't even a main event, but hey, they'll just take this one here. And also we previewed Tulio and Christian Leroy Duncan and Valentin and McVeigh middleweights, a couple middleweight bouts previewed on BB MMA Picks. Thanks a lot, everybody. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Run for cover, that's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.